I wasn't expecting company, but if you stay out of the shrubs and flower beds, you could stay.
Give them a wave, Pops, now that you've invited them in. We're two old guys who enjoy playing sandbox and survival games together. I'm Uncle Craig. Go ahead and sit down. Let's visit for a while.
All right, so here I am at the Petra Dei that's in Jura. And you might wonder, what the heck am I doing there? I'm usually starting over in Ennisgallia, our home location. Well, I'll show you why. First of all, I popped in and I noticed some beautiful structures like this one up here on this hill. A lot of lattice work, and the covering over the stairway there is really cool. And sometime I might want to go and visit those folks and see what they have going on over there. It's a beautiful area here. Look in the background, the mountains and the valleys. It's just pretty cool. And then I saw this tower. That was pretty cool. I mean, the real open air center in there. But then it looks like they do have some stone walls that kind of make rooms in big areas that are there. And then I saw this huge structure here. It says chill. And then I looked down the way here. So this is pretty cool. It's a big dome. Let me get my hammer out. Whoops. Look at that. Don't want to get my bow out. Let's get my hammer out instead. And we'll take a look. I can't see whose those are, but I came down further, and this down here is what just blew me away. Now, all of these structures are pretty cool, and someday I may want to come and do a social call there at those places. But I came down here, and this was kind of neat over here, and that was kind of nice, but I've seen a lot of stuff like that before. But I came down this pathway, turned this corner, and as I went, I got to this little area where on the left, the hillside goes low, and the road comes right up to the edge, and look at that. That blew me away. This is just incredible. So I actually did reach out to one of the people that was building down there and got to know the folks, a husband and wife team. He, from what she describes, he's the grunt work. He puts all the structure and the foundation and makes sure it has all structural integrity. And she comes in, and the way he puts it, she beautifies it and puts all kind of incredible creativity and design into the final fit and finish. So we were invited to go ahead and come over and take a look. So we're going to go and do that. Now, I've never been up to the house, up to the build before. I intentionally stayed back from it until we could do a social call. So let me run up the hill here. And I'm actually going to give myself a little extra stamina and health because I'm known for flipping off edges and falling to my death. Okay, so I'm probably coming in kind of a back entrance, and we'll find out later where the main entrance is. So stairs over here. Let's go up this set of stairs. And I'm going to look on my map a moment, see if I can find them on the map. Center, scroll in. There they are. All right, so they're just up ahead of me. And you two are in the Discord channel with me. I want you to go and introduce yourselves, and I'm going to find my way to you as you do that.
All right, well, I'm Vianar in the game. Been playing pretty much MMOs for a very long time. 52 years old and still doing it. So this is actually our first sandbox MMO that we've ever did any building in whatsoever. So this is kind of our first rendition of what most people have probably already experienced in Minecraft and various other games where you build. We watched our granddaughter a lot play Minecraft, and we saw this, and we were like, it'd be kind of interesting to try something new and different instead of the standard MMO stuff. So we're here, and this is what we basically accomplished.
That's
just
awesome.
Between the two.
That's awesome. And you both play quite a bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, we get on as much as we can. My wife, she can go ahead and introduce herself.
Yeah, I'm Minty. He speaks a lot. I'm kind of quiet.
That's right. But boy, creativity. So I'm down below here. So I'm down near the water, and I don't know if I'm going to try to find my way up where you guys are. I think I'm just going to. I'm just going to wait for you here. Look at this water down here, guys. This is the thing that surprised me the most right at first. This water garden. I mean, look at the flowers are elevated above there on the posts, on the railings, and they have this lattice work underneath. I could probably walk across it, I'm guessing. Yeah, look at that. This is really, really cool. I never would have thought of this.
Welcome
this is
to
great.
the Báthory.
That's right. And it's almost like a spa. It just... Now, I know you guys have some storyline and some background to way some things are laid out, but is there anything like that here, or is this just kind of a peaceful little place for people to hang out?
Well, the bottom part, like I got a little bar over there, so it's kind of supposed to be like a bar restaurant area, this whole thing.
Nice. Yeah, and that's this way? Is the bar over this way? Oh yeah, there's a table right there.
Well, this is just a little area section. There's tables all over, but the bar is this way.
And everybody must be on holiday right now because nobody's here at the bar, or at work maybe, so they're not here at the bar. So it's very, very abandoned here, but I'm sure it is lively and full, a lot of fights and rowdiness here during the week, right?
Yeah, we're just on our off season right now. It's a little bit too cold to sit outside.
That's great. This is really cool.
And then if you go up the stairs here, we got more tables.
Look at all these taps. This is great. I don't know how you come up with this. You know, in so many of my episodes, I talk about how my approach to building is so much about function and structure and integrity and engineering. I just don't see stuff like this before it's there. I mean, this is just incredible.
Well, now I will say she did do all the building on the bridges and everything over the water, and she also did all of the platform underneath of this where we're currently standing.
Oh,
and
man.
then I came to her and I said, I'd like to do some kind of structure that's interesting above all of that and make it like a multi-tier design. So this is kind of like from here up is what I basically designed.
This is really cool. All right, so where does this stairway here lead? You got two stairways.
We got a stairway there that goes up to the floor. You be careful because you can't fall through these holes if you get them.
But it is a cool looking floor though.
And then there's another opening right here to the left, to your left.
Oh, I see, like a little doorway.
Here, and there's another stairway that wraps up the other direction. And this is kind of, just a visual.
Oh yeah, and I'll tell you what, from the hillside, this looks really cool, especially at night with all the lights, all the table lights. I'm going to switch to my camera here for just a moment.
Yeah. She placed all the table lights. She came to me with that idea about 4 or 5 days ago, and I was like, yeah, go for it.
I mean, look at all the ivy, guys. This is just incredible. And I've seen some people use the ivy, and it's almost too much. And you've done such a great job of being just the right amount of ivy. It's almost like less is more. And that is just really, really cool.
You gotta have some bright spots.
A little well right here. The cabinets, if you guys see, just little details like that all over that you may not consciously notice things that are here, like the tankards and the horns here and the pouches and the table lamps.
Like, subscriber, get off my lawn.
You wouldn't consciously see it, but subconsciously it adds so much visually to what's going on here. That is just so cool. I'm kind of panning around with my camera because it's hard to see all this type of detail from my character. I wish I could. And this structure here that you have, the two cones one on top of the other. Is there some significance to that?
That is a structure that came out of the idea of us being the Covenant of Báthory. So that structure initially was not supposed to be that hourglass structure you see. What it was going to be is it was going to be a bat. However, once I got done putting the bat symbol up there and making it large enough and as much of a bat as I possibly could, I stood back and I looked at it and I said, uh-oh, that's not going to work. Because the symbol looked like the outline of Pikachu. And I was like, I'm not going to Pikachu. So this is why we came up with the hourglass. Female, black widow spiders.
Yeah.
Very deadly. And we wanted to signify something with having to do blood in some sort of way. And the hourglass figure is the best symbol I could come up with that was geometrically fairly easy to accomplish. Even though it was still kind of difficult, it was somewhat easy to accomplish.
Yeah.
And it gets across because the shadow of it actually cast into, with the moonlight and the sunlight, it cast into the building, and the shadow of the hourglass appears on the stairs going up to the sacrificial altar.
Really? Oh, wow. I'll have to go take a look at that. Now, you got stairs here I'm going up, and this winds around. This winds around to this building up here, this level up here. And is this like a restaurant area?
Yeah.
Kind of a dining hall.
Yeah, got a little cooking spot there and then a little brewery spot over there to get alcohol. So yeah, all inside of there is my cooking stuff.
Man. Your use of the lighting, your ability to kind of see where to set those is just incredible. That's something I struggle with a lot. How to get the lighting in the right places.
Yeah, she does very good job of lighting. Obviously, the sconces, when you place them on the wall, I mean, most people want to place them really high, and it puts all your lighting up real high.
It does, yeah.
We try to put them as low as possible. That way, we still utilize most of the light at eye level.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I keep the sconces sometimes even lower than this, sometimes almost down at my feet, but I like the way that she makes sure that even though they're down a ways, she also, like on these stairs here, she gets them high enough that they get the indirect lighting off the stairs.
Yep.
That is just really cool. Now, if I'm missing anything of interest, you guys pointed out, but I think this is like Disneyland. No matter where you go, it's going to be really cool. So, but I don't want to miss anything. Look at this. Look at the curved wood over the stairs. That is just incredible. This is like a suite.
This is our living quarters.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to live near the kitchen, late night.
I was going to say, you got to have snacks at night. And,
and the cooking hearse, they keep you warm up here.
That's right. That's right. On the windows with the flowers too, your use of flowers. For me, I get too many flowers packed in, and it just doesn't add to things very well. But man, you do a good job of that.
Thank you.
I might have to, you'll have to put a price on it and do decorating and remodeling as a service.
I have thought about that.
I would pay you probably the most the rarest thing I could give you to pay as payment is silver fir branches, but I can't seem to find mine anymore.
That's a good thing too.
Wow.
She doesn't. Oh, go ahead, honey.
This is just another little sitting area, hangout area.
Yeah. I like the, we were talking about lighting, but even the use of shadows, because like this over here, the sunlight, I'm sure too, and the moonlight come through, so this little area is lit just right. You put any kind of light over here, it would be too much.
Yeah.
Man, this is
She does
great.
a really good job with the vine work. And one of the things we had discussed is that the vines need to make sense.
Yeah.
Like when you put a vine on a wall, you don't just put a vine on a wall. You got to make sure it comes up from the ground. One vine connects to the next, which connects to the next, which connects to the next.
Yeah.
It's got to look like it's a living thing on the buildings.
Yeah, and gaps, like up here I'm looking, these gaps don't necessarily mean there's not a vine feeding that upper area. It's just sometimes with vines you don't see the little bit of the vine that's feeding up to that other section. So yeah, very well done. Let's go up here, I guess.
Way to the top.
Now whose little hideaway is this?
Well, every floor has a little hideaway here. This is like a little suite. You've got the room downstairs here, and then your bedroom is up the stairs here.
Oh, nice. I see.
So every other floor that you can access from the stairwell has a hidden floor above it that you cannot get out of unless you go back down to the level below.
Interesting. Now the ceiling work here, is this you use the flooring to kind of make the pattern and get the circle, the edges around here, the circle, so that it would be as tight as you could? Is that what you did?
Yeah. It's basically a bunch of square floors and then just filling in where necessary. Just doing the best to try and get it to work. It's a horrible looking thing, but they don't have, round pieces in the game, which for me, I don't really understand why the plots aren't square. They should be square, not round, because there's no round pieces in the game other than the beams.
Well, I kind of like the round plots now, and the need to do like little honeycomb shaped plots connected. I do appreciate that. I'm glad they do have it that way. But if you don't get a real good feel for how those work well together, it can be a bit frustrating. I do like the mixed pattern of wood up there on that ceiling. Believe it or not, I do like that. All right. Oh, you go up higher. Good grief. Now, I can't see you guys envisioning all of this when you selected these claims. What was your thinking when you did pick this area?
Well, for us, like the first time, I wanted water. I just wanted water. I like working around the water. I like the idea of like a bar thingy and the water, So for me, that was it.
Yeah, so when we decided to go, we knew when they were going to take the servers down and basically get rid of everything and return all the stuff back to us. So we knew we had a lot of material to work with, and we were just kind of deciding on where we would go. Our first interest was into the big lakes in Jura, but we figured once we got there, because we didn't log into the game till about 3 or 4 days afterwards, and once we got there, there was a lot of people that had a lot of properties around the lakes in Jura. So we were just kind of like, well, we'll just try and find somewhere else, because we kind of wanted a somewhat semi-private establishment, not to be like sort of mixed in with everybody else. And then I saw this little lake on the map, and I came up here, and there was only one guy that had a building over on the other side, and there was one guy who has since left who had a building on the other side over here. And I was like, well, nobody's got the lake at all. So we just decided to take all of our plots and cover the lake, and then get as high up with whatever plots we had left on the edges of the land. So this is what we basically come up with.
Nice.
And we started with the big tower over there by the road over there. That was the first building, which was basically our crafting building, because, we got to put all this stuff down, get the resources out of the, thing that they had set up for people to have the resources in. And then we built down and built the deck, and then she built the planks going over. Then I built the tower over there. She had the platform down below. Then I built the circular thing down there, I guess gondola is what you can call it, or gazebo.
Oh yeah.
And then the next building was, of course, the big tower over there on the other side. And then the church came in next, or what we call the sacrificial building. And this what you've been in here the last 10 minutes or so is just something we came up with last minute to finish up the property and get it to a finalized state.
Oh man, this is really nice. Yeah, for a final one, you did a really good job on this. Yeah, and I showed on the map, I showed people the lakes. I saw there was one that was farther north, it was smaller, but it probably was either taken up or kind of out of the way. But I think you did a great job in selecting this one that's kind of a deep lake. It's got high walls on all sides, which makes it easy for you then to build with some elevation, some vertical space.
Yeah. This is the other side of our building here.
This way?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is
just
probably,
crazy.
I'd say the worst. I'd say it's probably the worst building that we have because of the growth of the trees through the floors and all that stuff, because that's obviously not been taken care of yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to work around the trees.
I actually believe it or not, I kind of like that feel right here, though. You've done some neat stuff with that aspect of it. Just kind of feels like it's overgrown area. Like if you had too many plants all in that one spot to make it kind of a quiet little area to get away. It's kind of neat. And these tables, it makes me feel like I'm in just a really comfortable, quiet place. That's really cool.
It's kind of like an atrium in a way.
Yeah.
Then right here is the next floor down. Come up a little bit.
Oh, did I go too far? Oh, I missed it. Look at that.
This is kind of the last room that we're working on to put some lighting in.
This is like little guest rooms.
It does. The use of the tapestries as walls is really neat. No doorway needed. And then again, the branches coming in here, I actually do like that, the way you've used the trees in the build.
Yeah, I tried to put this area more like a little kind of hostel area, not as private as some of the other spots.
Yeah, kind of a community area, community sleeping and quarters.
Yeah, for people who want the cheap rooms.
That's me. Very neat. And then again, using the tapestries as kind of wall covering. That's just really cool.
Privacy to it.
Yeah. Soundproofing too, because I heard that Vianar kind of snores, so that's probably helpful to have the soundproofing.
Yeah, well, the dogs snore worse, so.
There you go.
And this here will be the second floor. It's kind of designed just like the floor above.
Yeah.
Just no beds. It's basically just a table area.
One thing I like too, which I didn't note here because it's just so prevalent, but I have noted in other people's builds, you guys put down the stools and the tables and things in all kinds of awkward angles that you would find a room that is busy, that there's people living there. You don't have a maid that comes around and straightens the chairs and tables every single time somebody leaves the room, and so they would be disheveled a bit. So if folks, if you look here, you got just chairs kind of at different angles. My brain is so engineering minded that even when I try to place chairs randomly, there's still some sort of engineering or sequence to it, and I have the hardest time coming up with disheveled space. But I like the way you've done that here.
You just got to go put it down and just move the middle mouse button a little bit, and however it twists, just hit it.
Yeah. Yep.
That's kind of what I do.
Yeah. That's really neat. Okay, where do we go from here? We go down this way?
Down one more level, and you're into our. This is
Oh.
a supporter area, and also where she has her distillery and stuff.
This is so cool with the blending of the rock. Some people try to raise up their foundation so much that you don't have any of this, but it's nice to have space like this in your build where there's really no floor.
Yeah, I like adding the natural background to the stuff.
Yeah. I do know that sometimes it's hard to get stuff to place on the rock. And I've even noticed there are times when I'll place something and I'll come back later and it's gone. It despawned. But for the most part, if you can get stuff to snap onto the rock, that's really cool. And then again, you got these flowers right outside the window, which add to the interior color too. You've raised them up just enough so you get that purple that comes in the window. That is just really cool. Cabinets and tall cabinets and lower cabinets.
Yeah,
Stills and wine barrels.
At mixing everything in.
Yeah, I really, really like this. Now, I was going to go out on the deck. Do I go out here or do I go inside there somewhere? You got something else in there?
You can come in this way, and this basically just leads to the other side. So the idea was to have this big tower in the center, and then it splits off to both directions of both sides.
And this is your pantry.
Yep, this is my pantry.
Man. Well, you need to shine up your armor there. I'm sorry, but that just, as beautiful as this place is, you're a mess.
It's because I go out beating a lot of stuff.
There you go.
I am the gatherer and the hunter.
I was going to say, he probably sends you out to do the hunting, doesn't he? Oh, yeah, and that's right, because I came in through this way. Very neat. Well, man, we just about exhausted this building. Let's do as much as we can. Now I'll record up to about an hour, guys, and then I'll split it up into different episodes. And then I think I'm going to have to make a couple of visits over to this place. There's just so much to see here.
This is some of our crafting area, where we get the charcoal, the sapwood.
Yeah.
Really easy to harvest the sapwood and bring it over here and turn it into charcoal.
Yeah.
Furnace it, for the small stuff. And then I got her one big furnace here for her glass and rough glass and, pure glass.
Right. So how much are you paying the fire marshal not to fine you?
Well, once you give him a few stout ales, he's pretty good to go.
He's pretty good. Yeah.